Hello, the Virtual Scotsman here. Today we're going to be having a look at what I've made. Doesn't look very big, doesn't look very impressive, but this is a hexadecimal encoding thingamajig. It uses a comparator loop. You can select in an address to store a hex value at. You write to it, and most of this time is actually the display. When that light turns off, it's already written to it. So, there we go. We'll access this one, and we'll put a new value into it. And there we are. The new value is in it. Yeah, so most of that time is just the display coming on because I've done something rather funky. So essentially what it's doing is it's encoding in one of 16 locations on this comparator loop. So let's just say, first thing you do is you input a value. So we'll put the value 1 in. So this is a design I copied for the output binary to hex. But it comes along this comparator line. I know it's not the fastest, and these are all 1. So it waits at this comparator, which is in the negative subtraction mode by this torch. So it's not going to allow anything through until this torch is unpowered. So what do we have going on here? This is our address selector. So again, this outputs a hexadecimal value, which goes into a rather complicated array of things. Most of this is just to ensure that the address 0 works. But here's your main loop. Main loop goes into here, and it is blocked off. So this main loop allows the redstone intensity into this clock here. It allows it once every 16 redstone ticks. And the higher this value is, the longer this loop is going to be powered for. So then, when this loop unpowers, it goes into this 1-tick pulse generator. This 1-tick pulse generator goes into the read side, and it goes into the write side. So when you hit that write button, it will power this copper bulb. This is getting quite complicated. Power this copper bulb, which pushes this piston down and sends the write command to this. So it gets that 1-tick pulse at the correct time. It sends the write in. Well, this is actually... It sends the delete in. So it deletes the 2 incoming comparator pulses before the write, so that you can change the value. And then 1 tick after that, or 2 ticks after that, it writes the new value in, which is stored here. So it allows it through and comes into the loop. So this is the read side. It is read once every loop for the location. So it's taking this 1-tick pulse again. And it is opening this comparator. Opens this comparator, which allows the value in. If the values stay the same, then this isn't going to change. This stays the same until the value changes. So when it detects that the value has changed, it goes into the reset function of this. So this resets it all back to 0. And then again, it will allow the value which is stored inside it into this comparator loop, which powers this comparator clock for as long as it takes to get to the value. Now this could be much faster and much simpler, but then that would require me copying someone else's design, which I don't fully understand, and I couldn't quite get it working. But this works. It's just slow. It's quite unique in its function. I haven't seen anyone do this before, but it works, and it could be much more compact than this, and it could be much longer than this. Anyway, shall we store a value? Wait, we'll store pi into this. Come on. There we go. Okay. 3, so 1, 2, 3. And we'll store that in position 1. And I will speed this part up. 3.1. I guess I can actually go a lot quicker than this. We don't have to wait for the display. 3.14. 1. 5. 'Okay, so now the first 5 digits of pi should be stored. We'll go back to this. That should read a different value. It should display the first value in the loop, which is 3.1. So this should come back and display 1. 4. Hopefully it displays 4. 1. And 5. So the idea behind this is that you can store, this is what I'm working on, what one of these comparators stores is one full range of hex values, which can be broken down into 4 bits, which is half a byte, which is called a nibble. And if we were to store the address as 2 comparator values, it would be 2 nibbles, it would be 1 byte. So you would have potentially access to 1,024 addresses. And that's what I'm working on over here. This is actually my first attempt, but then I gave up because all of the specifics of how it was going to work weren't figured out yet. But now I have all the specifics figured out, I can do this. So this would be able to store 1,024 bytes. If you then added another bank, or if you made the comparator loop longer, you could store twice that much, or you could have a third nibble, and then you can store 16 kilobytes in Minecraft in a pretty small space. I'd say that this is a lot more compact than anything I've seen before, and it's all individually addressable. It doesn't have to be sequential, although you could read from it very fast if you had a command which said read the next 5 bytes. But yeah, now we can see that this comparator loop is full, almost. And that's about it. I haven't seen anyone do this before either. So this is a reset line. Feel free to copy this design. I don't have much more to say. Thanks for watching. I'm this virtual Scotsman, and let me know what you think. Bye bye.